Well, that certainly was embarrassing.
Oh, I know. Losing to the league's worst team?
What? No, I meant wearing a jersey. I felt really out of place.
What are you talking about?
Well, I could have worn a suit or a sweater vest, something that wouldn't let me fit in.
Boom! You ready? Ding ding. Big news. What? Whoosh. Seriously?
No pigs yet.
What? What was he doing? Wow. Bring him on. Beautiful. Leafs lose 4-2 to the NHL's worst team, the Carolina Hurricanes. In a game I was actually at. And I'm not sure which performance was more embarrassing, the teams or the fans, but I'll get to that later. With the Hurricanes up 1-0, the Leafs tied up with a goal from Kuhlman, assisted by Phil Kessel and Tyler Bozak. With that assist, Bozak remains a point-a-game player in the NHL. Over the 2 NHL games he's ever played, but it's been that kind of season for the Leafs. Come on, let me say something positive for a change. Much later in the game, it's tied, there's under 5 minutes to go. Carolina's Patrick Dwyer scores to put the Canes up 3-2. And with 4:29 remaining in a 1-goal game, the patrons start leaving in droves.
Why are you calling them patrons?
Because no fan leaves with less than 5 minutes to go in a 1-goal game. Let's call them what they are, just patrons.
Ooh, someone's cranky.
Although in the patrons' defense, I suppose the Leafs end up squandering a power play and losing the game 4-2 after an empty net goal. Now, of late, and indeed over the last few years, the Leafs haven't given the fans much to cheer about. That being said, last night the ACC was an absolute morgue. To the point where if you cheer, you feel weird and out of place.
That's how I always feel.
Yeah, but you cheer in weird places like the grocery store. But guys, I want to know what you think of this. Is the ACC going to get more rowdy if the Leafs actually have a winning team and make the playoffs? Because I want to pass judgment, but I, sadly, have never been to a Leafs playoff game. So let me know. And in terms of performance, Tyler Bozak, playing in just his second career NHL game, he's put in a line with Phil Kessel, and he helped set up a goal. What did you think of him? Are you happy that a promising young guy is getting a chance, or is it concerning that you call someone up from the AHL and he's immediately put on a line with supposedly your best forward? And speaking of supposedly your best forward, Phil Kessel looked like, to me, one of the best forwards out there. He had a bunch of chances, but he just looks like he's trying to do too much out there. Heck, if you gave him some goalie pads, I'm sure he'd play net. And speaking of first line issues, after a few games on the first line, Rickard Wallin was benched. So when he's not on the first line, he's benched? What is this guy, Marius Cherkasky? Remember him when he wasn't playing with Sundin? He was playing in the press box? And with the Olympic trade freeze coming up soon, are you expecting Berkey to make some moves? Because I am. By the way, guys, from my last video, I asked you guys for trade proposals, and some of them were good, some of them were entertaining. Keep them coming. And in the wacky world that was Tuesday night in the NHL, because there's 100 things I could talk about right now, I want to talk about Alex Burrows. Alex Burrows was fined $2,500 for having an interesting interview, or criticizing the refs, something like that. What do you guys think? Do you like that he had the guts to say that? Do you think it was inappropriate? Do you think he should have been fined? Let me know. Because for me, if he's saying things that are that direct and that specific, I think what he's saying very well could be the truth. And there's people saying, oh, he could have gone through other avenues, like perhaps through his general manager. But to me, he created way more noise and got way more attention by going through the media. And yeah, he got fined $2,500, but what's that to him? So let me know what you guys think about the Alex Burrows controversy or any of the other craziness that's happened in the NHL recently, like, for example, the FSN Pittsburgh fiasco. For those of you that don't know about this, the NHL War Room in Toronto did not get a replay from FSN Pittsburgh that showed a clear and definitive goal by the Flyers. After the incident was brought to light, a producer at the network was suspended, and FSN Pittsburgh released a statement saying nothing is more important than the integrity of the game. And I agree, because I've got a lot of questions about this over the last few days. YouTube, Facebook, Leaf Space, you name it. And maybe I should keep my mouth shut because I want to get into the media as a career, but that's exactly why I'm speaking out. Because a lot of people don't trust the media because of dishonest occurrences like this one. And at a lot of jobs, if you do something wrong or dishonest, maybe you hurt the company and your boss gets mad at you. But in the media, if you're dishonest, you're not only hurting the reputation of your network, but also your coworkers, and really you're hurting the consumer, the viewers, the listeners, the readers. See, I am paying attention in class. And sorry guys, in all my ranting, I almost forgot. Curtis Joseph retired on Tuesday. I'm not going to ask you guys about whether or not he's going to get into the Hall of Fame. You can answer that if you like. But to me, all that matters are the memories that Curtis Joseph gave this city. And heck, the other cities he played in, he was pretty memorable too. So here's to you, Cujo. And just remember, all the guys that are knocking him for not having a cup don't have 454 wins. But enough from me. Let me know what you guys thought about all the things I talked about, or some of the things I may have missed. Add me on Leaf Space, Facebook, and Twitter, and I'll see you next time.